everybody. I'm the technologically not advanced Kimmy McBurney. We are She Spark Society. I'm here today for our Tuesday speaker meeting interviews. I'm so excited to welcome Lo Weaver.
Hi.
Here, she works in Western North Carolina. She's with Keller Williams Professionals,
Yes.
specifically the Broker Asheville team, which, if you guys don't know, one of the top teams here in Western North Carolina. So excited to hear from her. So thank you for coming. So Lo, my first question I like to ask people to just throw them for a loop. Birth
Okay.
to real estate in 5 minutes or less. Your whole life.
Jeez, that's so weird. Okay, so I am originally from Chile. So I was born and raised in Chile. I spent there all throughout my 20s, I think 25 years old. I moved here in definitely on 2014. I have 3 siblings, all boys. I have wonderful parents. They're still together. They've been, childhood sweethearts. So what an example. But I've always been a go-getter and like to push my limits. So I ended up here in Western North Carolina in 2014. Before that, I did a lot of fitness and my background I went to university to be a PE teacher. So I've done a lot of coaching and helping people all my life. That's been my passion. But then here, as a foreign person, you tend to do service work when you start because, English and all that things. So I worked in the casino for many years and I was a dealer for about 8 years. And the casino was amazing to be. That's my biggest fear. That's that they actually support my business at the beginning. And the pandemic brought me to real estate. I was a single mom recently, recovering from domestic violence. So we empower through all those hard times and got into real estate. And in my first year, I was a solo agent for the first 2 years. This is my 3rd year. This year I joined the team, which has been amazing and such a learning experience. But the first 2 years were really good. My first year, I think I sold about 20 units, almost $6 million on sales. And I was still working full time and it was just crazy. It was like, go and get it. Like I work a night shift from 2 in the morning to 10 in the morning, get off work and was on the phone, some training and, go and get in that business. And it was amazing. I always been a big believer in not being pushy and coming from service. And so, of course I had a coach, which he did help my business a lot from the very beginning. And that motivation, that drive, I'm hungry, that I had to feed my kids. I was like, man, I'm hungry, let's do it. And so that's how I ended up, tapping into Facebook and the power of Facebook. And because I was like, well, I'm a single mom, I'm a working class woman and I am a foreign person. I have 2 kids to feed. So I don't have the money or the time to be wasting on all these other ways to, get the business a real stage. And that costs a lot of money, that always yield good results. So based on that, I was like, what can I do that is free? Facebook. And I had a ton of friends were on Facebook. I wasn't really a big Facebook person, but I had a lot of friends and I could see how they were maximizing or utilizing the community on Facebook to accomplish things or to get sometimes just words of encouragement. I just saw the potential of that, and that's what I dig in so hard, and it has helped me so much. So that's maybe less than 5 minutes, but it's pretty the short story. I got 2 beautiful children, Maxie and Mia. I call them my M&Ms. Maxie is 8, and Mia was fixing to be 5, and they are future real estate agents for sure. So yeah.
I love it. That's perfect. That's incredible. I love your story. I have so many questions, but I'll try to restrain myself. One quick question: what kind of dealer were you? Like blackjack or poker?
I pretty much can deal any game in the casino except for poker. But my favorite to deal with craps, and that's the last thing that I learned because it's the hardest game. You have to be sharp with math, but you have to be sharp with your mind. Yeah. Crap is a verbal game, and there's like hundreds of bets some people can do in one single roll. And then the dealer, that's the realtor, the dealer has to hold the information because verbal bets. So, I mean, somebody can make a bet while the dice are in the air. You have to recall it, pay them, and if they want to, and imagine or think what they want to do next, because most likely they want to do something else with the money. And then so it's like, it's such a challenge mentally. You have to be so sharp. And then on top of that, you gotta be funny. You know what I mean? Because the dealer makes money on tips. So like I think that all that training and all that sharpness has been such an amazing tool to be a realtor. Like a dealer has the thickest skin that you can imagine. And you have to have thick skin to be a real estate agent. You know, you can't get too emotional. You have to find the fine line where you're really helpful for the client and you're not really getting hurt by whatever emotions is happening. So I think that it's been, you know, it was an amazing experience and definitely has helped me to transition to this. And I absolutely love it. Let me get clear. Like the only reason I don't want to be in the casinos, of course, you work weekends and you have no family life and you know they own you, and that's the downside of it. But you know, it has some fun. Like I enjoyed it, but what it was missing in my cup from that job, it was like I'm not giving anybody anything. People here come to the worst of it. Like I saw the worst of humans. But I know that I met a lot of interesting people, and I always used to interview. There's a lot of people with quite some money go to the casino. I used to be a VIP blackjack dealer. I used to handle thousands of dollars in one night, you know. So and I always interview people, and I was like, you know, tell me, you know, so tell me, what do you do for a living? And I used to interview, and I met so many realtors. I met a lot of business owners and a lot of people that somehow coached me into believing, you know, believe that you can do whatever you want, but you have to take that leap of faith. And that was amazing. That was, you know, that was a great experience. And also was realizing, okay, well, I'm not happy giving my life away to these people and doing something that you're not really helping. So how can I transfer that and you know, actually help? And again, real estate again is another answer. You are always helping people.
Yeah, I love that.
So much better.
So I do, obviously we're going to dig into Facebook eventually, and this may be your answer, but 20 in the first year, that's insane. Or 20, you know, approximately 20. That's incredible. People are lucky to get one in their first year. How did you find that early business success?
Listings will get you leads, and it will give you leverage. Within the first 3 months of me being in the business, I had my first 3 listings, and I knew that having listings was the key. I mean, buyers are very important, and I love to work with buyers, but a buyer time frame is much longer than a seller. And then on top of that, the journey is unstable. Even if you have a good client, committed, willing, able, and ready, anything can happen. And that willing, able, and ready client that is loyal to you might not be ready right now. It might finish. I mean, I just had a closing this week, and it's so good, and it was such a roller coaster of a trip. But it took us a year and a half to get there. A year and a half. You know what I'm saying? It was like several contracts. We terminated a few. I mean, it was a roller coaster. Well, my first listing was closed within my first 40 days. You know what I mean? Over asking, all kind of things, and then that listing drove me to have my first buyer clients too. You know what I mean? Yeah, my casino, my friends in the casino and the Facebook was, you know, I pretty much 10x everything that I did. I cross it so then I can maximize it. You know, let's say, you know, brag about your ex. I brag about. So I went for the business out of my sphere at the very beginning, and I was lucky enough, you know, have conversations. I used to go to these shopping centers and go and say hi to everybody with my kids around, dragging my kids around, just hi, you know, I'm a new realtor. If you need anything, help. Like always coming from contribution. And I did the footwork at the beginning. And that right there put it together that a lot of people knew my struggles and a lot of people saw my journey. And then, I mean, it was an explosion. And then I had the real support of people that knew me from many years of my work and saw that what I was doing, saw that drive, and that 10x it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, so it's basically just kind of old, good old fashioned work and having the conversations. And yeah, I had an event a while back, but yeah, Clarissa Marshall, that's how she got started. She would essentially cold call, and she's like, there's no way you can have 100 conversations and not get a person. So like, if you have nothing else to do, like you said, go out and have conversations. If you don't have phone numbers to call, go to the mall, start talking to people. She actually said that Clarissa Marshall went to the mall and gave people like fake surveys to talk to them. And that's how she got real estate clients. Like, that's insane.
You
Um,
know, it's so funny. I tell people, especially because I never had sales on the background. Like I never done any type of sales. Okay, so but being a personal trainer, fitness person, and also being a dealer, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I'm not afraid, even if you're grumpy. I'm not gonna be afraid of talking to you on the phone. I'm not that good, but on person, I'll kill you. So it's like, what is the most like? What's the nicest people that always want to talk to you? Salespeople want to talk to you. So consult to contact the salespeople. That's what like those shopping malls or the little like strip malls that they have. I think my first client was a GNC store manager. I went into the GNC in one of the stops, and I went to talk to them and to do some blah blah. And there she was actually from Germany. Her husband was a vet, and we had such a good thing. And actually, they called me a month later after we had that first conversation. Even lost my car, and they said, "We Google you." And because I'm, being prepared of branding, they Google me, found me really easy, and that was my listing. And just it's so simple. It's so simple. It's just be genuine, have a conversation, and come from contribution. It's really simple.
yeah, I love that. Cool. Well, I want to see the presentation that you have
Cool.
been using. Okay, how do I get you to share? I might
Let
have
me
to
see
make
if I
you.
can share. I think you have to make me an admin or
Yeah, I think I
the
have to make
main
you
person.
host, which should be
Yeah,
fine.
I
I'm
think
just
so.
gonna make you host. Okay.
Okay, cool. So then I can share my screen, and then I will share some cool things. Oh yeah, I love this. Okay, so can
Yay!
you see that? How
I
cool is
can.
that? Nice.
Oh, I love Canva. I do all mine in Canva too.
I love Canva. It's amazing. Okay, so this is literally my presentation is to realtors. We have all databases, and with social media, um, your social media and all the list of friends that you got, it should be your database. So how can you 10x your database using Facebook groups? Okay. Um, so as a quick introduction, to help you leverage the power of Facebook group, expand the professional network, and grow your business, because literally you can have your own Facebook group, or you can use somebody else's Facebook group to maximize that networking opportunity. Okay. And I know Kimmy's an expert on that already because she's on that. So why Facebook group? Because it's a huge database, like a huge amount of people, like 2.8 billion active monthly users as of 2021. Highly engaging community, more than 1.8 billion people use Facebook groups every month. And then it's very purposeful. So you can target like people that join those groups have something in common. That's why they're there. So how to find a relevant group? And then the reason why I said this is because we're humans. We're looking. We tend to do more things in with people that we like and think alike. It's the same. A realtor. If you get to know me and like me, you most likely gonna do business with me, because if you know me, like me, and trust me, and that's so that's why I love the Facebook stuff. I also, this is a side note from this, love the Facebook is because Facebook is more the users of Facebook are older people, not so I'm talking about like 30 and younger. You're probably not gonna find that many people in that group age, but 30 and younger are still buyers. 30 and over are sellers. And where is our leverage is our sellers. So I still think, come on, bet on it. So another thing is that you can find groups. Again, you can leverage your own group and have more power over it, or you can use other people's groups and still become the go-to person. Okay. So utilize Facebook search to discover groups and your niche. Join different groups that can teach you, and just be very involved. As many groups that you can participate, the better. Another fun fact that you can do, this is a hack. I'm going to give you a lot of hacks in this conversation, but if you put a post on group, okay, and it's actually something that we're all about reach, Facebook and how many people follow you, but I'm going to give you a secret. I am so good at Facebook groups that I only have this is going to sound too big. I only have 200, 2,500 people or 2,600 people that follow me on my Facebook. But my Facebook reach a week overpasses 10,000 people. So, and most of them are not my followers.
Yeah.
So how can you do that? It's not really just me. It's about them. How can I help you connect to that person? And how can I help that person connect to the other person? So when you join those groups that you're not part of them, okay, yeah, you're not the owner or creator of that group, you can put something that is of service or anything that could be that people in that group are interested on. So it could be as simple as a meme, okay? And then everybody that reacts to that, and sometimes, and that's the other key, is like something that could cause people to react, something that triggers them, okay? So anything and everybody that reacts to it and likes your post or likes that joins a group, you can literally go in there and invite them to your page. So say you have 200 people that don't know you and they like that little thing that you put in a 10,000 group, you can go ahead and invite those 200 people to follow you. And law of average will say that at least 10% of them are going to do it. So if you do that in a constant basis, you do that one time a week, every week, your followers should grow at least at 10% by the end of the year or more. So that's a little trick. Let's keep going. So optimize your profile, of course, make a great first impression, professional profile picture. So this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about branding. It's like you always use the same picture you use on Facebook, use it in your Facebook groups, use it in your Google account, use it in your email, across the board. Because if you don't do that, you cause something is called brand confusion, and people won't understand that that's actually the same person they're talking about. So that's very important. The complete about section is also something that can bring people to follow you on Facebook. And newsflash, AI will help you improve your bio. And in anything that you do, especially if you put in something on any other people's Facebook groups, is a clear call to action. It's like, you know what, for example, here we're having this conversation, and so the call to action is, hey, join us on Zoom, and maybe you can get some value out of this. So moving on, engage and add value. I think that maybe I will talk over my slides because I don't know them on memory, but I kind of so be an active participant. Facebook has love the participation. Facebook is not about how much things. A lot of realtors nowadays believe that the Facebook magic, and it does work on Instagram, but the Facebook magic is not about posting all the time. It's not about that. It's about the engagement. It's about commenting. It's about participating. You can be a member, but of any group and be a top contributor. And if you're a top contributor, Facebook not only is gonna give you the little badge, but they're also gonna prompt you into those people. And sometimes, even if they're not your friends, you're gonna pop in their timeline. You're gonna pop there, and eventually, the more you pop, the more you're actually working the subconscious. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, I see, like, people every time I stop, it's like, man, I see you everywhere, all the time. I see you everywhere, And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I didn't, I'm sorry if I'm bothering you. So no, we love it. Thank you so much. I said, yeah, great. So be of value. And come from contribution it really shows up, and avoid spamming and self-promotion. So don't do it all about you all the time, because that will make people tired.
Yeah.
So leverage groups inside. We all know that when you use Facebook, you have the option to change your profile to professional mode. I highly recommend to all the realtors to change their profile to a professional mode, because once you change it to professional mode, it gives you statistics. And with statistic, marketing is, we're all about those stats. If you have good numbers about something, but then you have nothing with something else, then you need to evaluate and repeat what is working and avoid what is not working. When you own a Facebook group and create a Facebook group, then you get the insights, and you can evaluate the same thing that you do with your personal profile. So you can utilize the Facebook group insights to better understand the audience and see where they really want and where you don't want. Identify popular topics and trends, measure engagement and growth. You can do Facebook Lives, you can do all kinds of things, anything that make the members of your group engaged and happy. So collaborate and network. From the partnerships with other groups, admins and influencers, you can maximize that as well. Like I'll tell Kimmy, hey Kimmy, look at all my groups. Would you like to participate in some of that? I'm sure you can. Because here's the thing, all this work that we're doing is lead generation. We're just nurturing our leads. This is like a constantly 36 touch. It is basically be on their mind. And I am on their mind without posting things all the time. I'm the person that always supports any post, promote people, help people. I'm the one that is always answering those questions. Or if I don't have the question, then I'll tag them. So I'm still the connector. And who we are as realtors, we are the connectors, and people really see that. So that's how you can spend your reach and combine forces. So, and again, Facebook is so massive, and that you can actually monetize this. You can offer premium contents and services. You can promote affiliate products and partnership, and you can host paid workshops or webinars. I own a lot of groups. I don't own one group. I own several. And I think the overall amount of people that are in my groups are over 20,000 people. And my group started only, like, the oldest one that I got started 3 years, because it started with when I think it was January, when I was like, I'm going to do this. I thought about Facebook. I thought about the technique of farming, when you mail stuff and you nurture that. And I was like, wow, how can I do a farming without spending the money? And that's when this idea grew. So I was like, I can always feed these people. I can always tell them what's going on. I can always come from contribution. And we got to a point that there's so many people that follow these groups. There's so many that we're actually evaluating. I have a friend that has helped me, but we're evaluating having staff to handle this. And because of that, we're evaluating, reaching out to local businesses and getting sponsorship and take it to the whole new level. That is the 2-year plan for the Facebook group, is to start monetizing. And then I want to do, the biggest one is actually want to promote it on a billboard in Silva, so that we can bring as many people to the group, and then get the local business owners to participate, and then get the most boost, because I want to support local small business owners. So that's another, that's the next level. The sky's the limit when it comes to networking, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm like, my mind is blown. So I don't know if you're getting into it, but at some point I'd love to know, like, what specific groups you have. Like you mentioned Silva, like what is the Silva?
Oh, I'll show you.
Okay,
I promise.
I was like, I'm going to ask what questions you're probably going to answer. All right, I'll be quiet.
I will show you, because this is so fascinating. I think you vibe with this too. But in the middle of all this, I want to give you and everybody tips, because I know this class is for you guys to get the most value. And the value is on the simple things. Okay, you don't have to create groups, if you don't feel so confident with your knowledge or your skills on social media. But keep it simple, man. Like simple things, and have a daily routine. Comment on 10 things, 10 likes. It doesn't have to be the same. Please do different people. 10 hearts, 10 direct messages, 1 post that encourage conversation, and 1 picture of the day in the story. We all do stuff. You go to your house, take a picture. Hey, I'm going to your house. Anything. Stay on top of mind. The stories are the best way to stay on top of mind. And here's another trick. It's like another golden nugget. A post that engages conversations, and not always necessary need to be a picture or a video. What I do, and this is like my golden nugget for you guys, is I'll go on Twitter. And the reason why I go on Twitter, now it's called the X, is that it shows you data. It shows you data of everything that is done there. So you can go ahead and pick something that is being posted, hopefully something controversial, but not so controversial, because I call them psychologically, it's like a trap. It's a human trap. People cannot help, especially nowadays, people cannot help themselves but to make I like to tell you what they feel. And right. The more controversial it is, the more opportunities you have to have those conversations, because I call them those that tease. It's like a human tease. It's so bad. It's like putting honey next to bees. Can I go to it? Like, I don't have to do anything. And then I will have, I remember my coach saying, "Lo, you need to have 30 conversations a day." And I was like, I don't want to be cold. But I said, I'll do it. I'm going to do 30 conversations a day, no problem. So I started doing that. So I grabbed something from Twitter and like something like, you know, what's the best way to finish an argument? And so then I grab it and I put it on Facebook, but I wanted to show it on Instagram, even though Instagram doesn't react as good. But I did it and I took a screenshot. And so I did it on a written form, but also in an image form. And I mean, within less than an hour, it booms. Like you get like 10 or 15 people. And then within a day, it could be 20, 60, 100. I have had 100 people comment on those stuff. And then that's not all of it. This is like pure magic. Because out of those posts, some people feel ashamed of their opinion. So they will DM me and say, hey, this is what I really think. And then those people that actually need to have a conversation and they will actually call me and say, no, I saw that stuff you put on Facebook. Oh my God, this is what I think, and blah, blah, blah. You know how you're being, and I'll have the conversation. But what I have created is basically, I crack the code to make people come and have a conversation with me. They want to have a conversation with me. And regardless, the more you do this, the more your followers become your raving fans. Not most. Every single listing that I have gotten this year came from my raving fans. It was a call to list. Every single one of my listings was not me soliciting, it was them calling me or my friends saying, hey, so-and-so gonna sell the house. And I told them about you. You gotta call them. I had a call like that yesterday. I have a call like that almost like pretty often, and then some people's like, I follow up, I'm not quite ready, or, and I'm so patient and people still appreciate that. So it works. It really works. So engaging with user on live platform, this is another caveat. It's amazing, and you're great at it. Is doing Facebook Live, do Instagram Live, do your YouTube Live, do your TikTok Live, do all the lives you can. Because what happens when you do a video on a live stream is that the algorithm loves it, and so it will tell all your friends and your non-friends that you're live. It's like, hey, somebody's doing something cool. I want you to go watch it. Please watch it. Hey, watch it. You know what I mean? Hey, if you missed it, I hope you watch it anyways. You know what I mean? So you having somebody pretty much prop you into every person that follows you. Why would you not do it? I tell people when they're newer, when they don't have that much followers, like that's the quickest way from you to go from 0 to 100 is do a live video every day. I actually told Jordan Crowley to get her ass doing live videos, and she listened to me, and she done amazing. And I'm so proud of her because I know she's more of a cold caller. But we have always talked, and it's good. I love that we all have different styles and we can help each other.
I love that.
Okay, so Twitter trends. So this is the kind of thing that I told you. This is the tip. So Twitter trends, go to Twitter, select, it shows you the data. And the trick is pick up something that you feel a little bit in connection with. Don't pick something that is totally out of you. And then the other thing is something impactful. So what I do, my secret is I will be like, okay, something that is being posted within hours and it has hundreds and thousands of reactions. That right there tells you that people will react to it. Okay. So don't pick something that's been a week and it has 100,000, you know what I mean? It's short and a lot of people. That's gonna be the secret. So yeah, that was my presentation. And actually before we finished, because I told Kimmy I know what she wanted. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is my professional dashboard. And if you see that, look at my post reach. I only have 2,600 followers, okay? But look at the reach. It says 13,597 people. And the post engagement, that means that people that engage, like, was 4,100 people. New followers, I always have new followers, reactions, comments, photo views. I mean, look at the photo views. It's just ridiculous. And this is like all the time. When I push myself, like when I want to 10x it, the highest number I have reached is 60,000 people. And I'm talking about this is organic growth. This is no boosted. I haven't paid a penny. I mean, I can't even, let's see if I can show you. it shows no, this one doesn't show as much, but it's like literally this is the organic. And I have people from all over the world, of course, because I'm a foreign person. Yeah, see, I haven't boosted nothing.
Yeah.
And this is out of that. This is actually is like example of that one. What difference between being single and marriage? This was yesterday, and I made that just to prove a point with some people that I said, I said, I am kind of this thing. It's like, this is a good one. This is a really good one. So we posted, this is about 24 hours later, and it has 1,000 impressions, 992 reach, and 475 on engagement.
Yeah.
Out of a post that doesn't have a picture of anybody, that is not about me, it's about them.
Yeah. I mean, in the 44 comments, obviously, like you said, I do a lot on social media. And comments are a really hard thing to get out of people. You can get some likes and some engagement and some views, but like you said, the beauty is in engagement. Like, there's people out there with millions of followers. As a small business like you and I, like, that's cool, but like 1 million people aren't booking a home inspection with me. But if I've got X amount of people liking and commenting every day, that's gold. Those are the people who are going to come to you. Yeah. So 44.
I mean, and look at this.
Amazing.
And if you look at the comments, they're like deep comments, like people are pouring into it. Like, I mean, this one guy that is a former client of mine, I mean, look at this, like he went and told me his life. And then the thing is like, nobody's gonna really read this other than me. Like people wanna, it's so sad though. This is a kind of sad, dark part of our society, but people are more selfish now. The social media is a selfish thing. It's about the ego a little bit. And I have faith that we're more than that. I have faith that we can go deeper than that. And I have faith that we can influence each other to be better. And this is kind of, I will read every single one of them. I comment every single one of them. I like every single one of them. And I will have a conversation with my clients after that. And so what happens is that with this, I'm showing you the level of relationship that I'm building with my clients. We are in a business that is relationship based. It's not transactional based. And a lot of new people work on that and they think it's just a transaction. But if you work on that relationship with your clients to a deeper level and you understand them, you're always going to win that game.
And then, so I feel like this question is going to come up for anyone who watches this. Do you have a CRM? Like, do you have a way to capture all this, or are you just keeping it in Facebook, following up on Facebook, stuff like that?
I use my Facebook. We do have a CRM. I mean, Command through Keller Williams, and my team use Follow Up Boss, which they're really good at CRMs. But the amount of people I got, and again, at times when my reach goes to 50,000 people following me, 99% of them are not followers. You know what I mean? There are people that are just, getting the contact because of somehow crack that code. And so I can't have record of that, but I promise you that still brings you a lot. Like it brings me to the moment that, my business is more reactive because I'm putting a lot, I'm very invested in this, like I live on it, and I don't spend all my day on my phone. I do check on it constantly because, I'm a workaholic, but this allows me to, because of the way I run it, you don't need me to keep commenting. You don't need me to connect. My Facebook groups are always interacting and I'm not there, but people know that I'm a go-to person. So at the end of the day, the service is huge. The reach is huge, that the state under mine is huge, and I'm not doing that huge work. You know what I mean? And this is all about momentum. I think that just this year is picking up this huge momentum, and there's not stopping it. There's not stopping it. Like we're gonna be doing more video stuff. I'm super excited about more content and digging in, I'm all for helping people. So I've been helping other agents to do this. Don't be afraid to give me a call. I'm here to service, whether you're an agent or, somebody you want to buy or whatever you like. I am generally happy to help.
Yeah, I love that. So back to your Silva group. So it sounds like that may be your most successful group. I was curious, like if you
Oh,
like what
yeah,
the
you're
main
right.
thing is. And
Okay, so yeah, definitely. Let me show you that. I totally forgot about it because I was focused on that my big group. But let me pull out the other ones. I never get in Facebook from my desktop, so come on, when I'm in that desktop, I'm like, what is this? Like, how do you work this out?
it's
Okay, so I'm gonna go back and share my screen again.
okay.
Um, okay, cool.
Mm.
So yeah, so here are my Facebook groups, the ones that I actually own. The Wheel of Silva is about almost 7,000 people right now. Then we have another one. And the reason why I picked these names is because I wanted the people to feel identified with something, ownership of something. And I said, in the area that I live, it's very country, we're far away. There's not that conveniences, and the professionals are not easy to find,
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how can I do that? And so thinking about my system farming, I was like, well, look, let's do local. So we did We Love Silva, and then when Love Silva took off, then we created We Love Bryson City, and that kind of took off. And then We Love Franklin's a new one, and it's still taking off. And then We Love Highlands, which is an area still close to me, and that one is taking off. Then my team owns another group. My team owns another group that is Asheville Home for Sale. And I administrate that group, and that group has 12,000 people on it. And all these are people looking for homes in Asheville. So that's a really good, that group actually was created by Taylor Kuhn, and give it to Jeff Seward, the owner of my team. And yeah, so look, we're double. But yeah, I mean, there is so many groups, and you can do. And I think that one of the first groups that I did, and it's not, I think it's big, but I kind of let it go a little bit, is the thinking about, I'm a mom, and in this area there's not that many options for babysitters. So I created babysitter trade. So okay, so we don't have babysitter, but can we trade a night? So you can have a night off with your husband, and then I can have a night off with whatever. And that group. And the thing is, like, I didn't put where. Okay, so it's like babysitting trade, and I only started with my friends. That group grew up to like 4,000 people, but there's people from all over the country offering like, hey, I need help. Can you babysit for me? It's just, it's interesting, but since it's not my niche so much, I've kind of been letting that thing out to go, and it's still growing. I make sure I have a lot of filters for spam and scammers and stuff like that, but in general, it's not that hard to administrate them. Facebook like that, so they're gonna give you tools and stuff like that. So yeah, I just try it. Another one that Keller Williams recommended is to do VIP groups with your clients. So like your VIP clients, make them feel special. People like to feel special. Have a group, create a group only with your VIP clients, and you feed them information. Like you can do your newsletter, you can send them a weekly video, and a weekly video, instead of recording 100 of those videos, you just do one, and all your clients get it. It's all about the little details, and be creative.
That's incredible. And I think this is so amazing. And I'm so impressed because obviously I know you as an agent, but I had no idea that this was kind of your lead source. And if you go, we had another agent on, she's from Charlotte. She has a mom's group. So like you said, speaking to something that's not even real estate related, she did $25 million and 85% of her business came from her mom's group. Like it blows my mind what people have done with it. Like you said, it's free. Like this is all free stuff. So this is incredible. Thank you so much. And obviously you kind of offered if people wanted to reach out to you for any help.
Yeah.
I think that's so awesome. Cause I do know a couple of ladies in the group have some Facebook groups that they're using to nurture. And quick question, Lo, have you ever thought about YouTube? You need to do YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. I when I first started, I actually had a YouTube channel, and I had everything, but I had some issues, and somebody hacked all my accounts, and everything got deleted on the second year. So I had interviews with home inspectors. I had interviews with attorneys. I had all kind of things, and all that material I lost. And let's be honest, we're human. I put a lot of work on that, so I was really pissed, and I was like, I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back to it and redo it. So, and then of course, we've been busy at the beginning. I was a new agent. I didn't have clients. I was all for that marketing, all for like. I put a lot of. I think the base foundation of it was at the very beginning. I did do a lot of work, and so when everything happened after that, I was able to recover and do some things. But YouTube was something that it wasn't panning out as good for me. So it's all about being purposeful. So I was like, okay, well, for now, this is working much better. Let's be purposeful and focus on what is working. Have you ever heard of the book? It's called The One Thing. I feel like Facebook groups is my one thing, and I have done everything else, but it's my one thing. It's the one thing that is actually yelling me a bunch of leads. It's just this system is working such a wonderful way that I maybe limited beliefs is making me kind of like, again, let's not do more because it could hurt what is working.
Yeah, you're actually right. Ignore me. Because anytime I talk to
no, so good.
I'm like, pick your thing, which you're right. You're crushing it at Facebook, so you should stick with that. Because I'm like, it's so easy to be shiny objects, right? You're like, I'm gonna buy Zillow leads, and I'm gonna have a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna do my Instagram, and I'm gonna do my Facebook. You're doing it right.
Yeah, and actually that's a really good topic to talk about. Like, why not? It's good to add more things, but my recommendation, and maybe this is a recommendation for myself, is just rinse and repeat. Like, I'll do a little clip and I'll put the TikTok, I'll put it on Instagram Reels, and then put it on Facebook. I'll put it everywhere. And I used to put it on my YouTube, and now I'm kind of slacking off now. It's like, you know what? It's not that hard. Just copy paste. Even if you don't believe on it, do it anyways, because sometimes you'd be surprised. People has found me all over the internet because of that little thing on Facebook. Like, you Google my name and I'm going to show up in all the things, and like the first 2 pages is just going to be my name on it. And it's always consistent though. It's the same picture, either our listings or what we're doing on Facebook or what we're doing on Instagram. So it's grabbing that momentum. And again, nowadays, I can guarantee you that people are using social media as their searching engine more than Google. Literally got a client last week on Friday, and she said, "Hi, I'm looking for a house in Silva, this, that, and the other. I'm already pre-approved. I found you on TikTok. Can you work with me?" And I had a conversation with her the same day, and now she's my client. So it's just crazy, man. Like, it works.
Yeah, I love it. And so for you too, so same, like, I think everyone needs to pick their social media medium, right? So yours is clearly Facebook. Mine, I do a lot on Instagram, but there's a website called repurpose.io. You can link all your socials. And so once I post on Instagram, it reposts to YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and it does it automatically. I'll say I think it's a couple bucks, it's probably like $15 a month, but so exactly, I'm posting on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook every day, and there's more. You can add more accounts. The only frustrating thing is they like the logins time out, so every like 30 days you got to go in and like reconnect them. But that's a huge time saver for me. So like you said, don't create content for each one, but do your one and make sure it goes everywhere. And it's like,
absolutely,
is it perfect? Like, because you're filming this way, so it can only go on YouTube Shorts, but it's like, whatever, it's there. People comment on it, like you said, people on TikTok. I'm like, I forget about my TikTok account.
yeah, definitely. And then it's people want to get to know you, so be yourself. Don't be like this shiny thing. I don't do the shiny thing. I try to look professional and be on time and things like that. But show your true self. Like, I haven't really, we haven't even met in person, but I feel like I already know you and I trust you, and we've done business together. So you know what I mean? Like, it works. Why not? You know what I mean? It really, I highly encourage everybody to do it.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up there. I like to keep it sweet and short and sweet. But I would say share your information. But if you can't find Lo Weaver on the internet, you're doing something wrong. So reach out to her on Facebook, shoot her a message.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for your time. Hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.